Welcome back, everyone. It's time for another sight review. This time we've got the Accu Touch with the AccuStat scope. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the Accu Touch sight by Axcel Archery. This specific one has the AccuStat 5-pin scope housing on it. Now, I've done a review on the Accu Touch a year ago on the Championship Bowhunting YouTube channel. I really enjoyed the sight. You know, looking at what we get in the packaging here first. Got some Allen wrenches. Looks like I'm not sure what this bracket is here. I'm gonna have to look in the instructions. Got a couple screws to mount it to your bow. Got some custom pre-made sight tapes that they're sending you with here. I'm not sure if there's a scale with those or if that's something you're just going to have to see which one lines out best. We'll have to read the instructions on that. These instructions are pretty basic. They're just for leveling your sight. Some of the basic features on the Accu Touch itself. As far as the AccuStat is what I really want to talk about today. This head is new. So last year I had to modify a CBE head on the Accu Touch. I had to shoot it on as a multiple pin driver. Axcel has always made great target products, target sights, scopes. You know, they make True Ball. It's the same company, so the manufacturing of those products is really high end. Their other sights that they have on the market are great as well. And we've been asking, I know that many of the dealers here in the West have been asking for Axcel to make this sight or a sight like this. So now that they've finally come out with it, I'm very interested to see how everything works. A couple features on this sight that are pretty unique is, you know, with Axcel's other fixed pin sights, they have micro adjustable pins, and it's really nice where you just loosen your set screw and you can dial and really micro adjust those pins. You can move one at a time or you can move multiples. This one appears to be the same way, where you've got your set screws on the back now and you've got your dial on the bottom to dial in those pins. The additional feature that's really interesting on this sight, and it's something that I've had an issue with their other sights in the past, is when you're out in the middle of the day in bright sunlight, maybe shooting a 3D tournament or maybe hunting, your pins starburst because they gather too much light. When I was shooting one of the Axcel fixed pin sights in the past, I would have to carry a piece of electrical tape to put over my the pin guard, so that way it can dim the light slightly. Now they've come out with this slick design here where this cover rotates around your housing and basically helps you regulate the light in bright sunlight settings. So it's a really slick design. You can notice the white ring on the inside of the housing is inside, so it's not going to affect that if you're centering that white ring on your peep sight. This is really, it's a really cool feature. It's plastic on the outside, so if you drop this sight, you may end up breaking it. But for what if it does break it, it's not going to affect the integrity of the sight itself. It's just going to, that feature of helping you dim the lights. You know, the black gold sights I'm a really big fan of because of their pin guard that dim light, it regulates light for you with that photochromatic cover. This is just a different way of doing it. This company has figured out how to do. So really interested in seeing how that works. Like I said, the Axcel products I think are when you look at the boundary of really just durable products that maybe aren't as aesthetically pleasing, or you look at the more of the finesse side of products that I would categorize like a CBE as being very good looking, sleek, everything's machined well. These sights here I think kind of fall a little bit more in the middle as from what I've found in the past. They're well built sight. I like these pins. All right, they're good, they're not great. They're really nice for being able, like I said, being able to fine tune your adjustment. If you've got that day where you're out there and it's calm, no wind, and you can just really you're holding group sizes very well at further distances, and you want to be able to fine tune that pin, this will do it for you, because like I said, you can just barely move that pin as you need to. So a couple of the I would say one of the only gripes that I have is knowing how to bulletproof your sight, especially, again, me being based in the West here. being able to put a sight tape on your bow that's completely waterproof kind of sucks. And even though these are kind of a laminated style on the outside, if you want to find the right one that fits your bow, that's great. I like to build my own sight tapes on a program, and in doing so, I'm usually having to print on just standard paper, and I'll actually do another sight video on how I build my sight tapes. But this is what you're resorted to, so you're going to have to depend on their sight tapes to give you accurate marks. And if you don't like the way that the layout is, then you're kind of stuck with it, because you've got a very narrow plate here to be able to put your sight tape. That's probably one of the only downsides I personally see on the sight. It's not super heavy. I was figuring that I didn't know how they were going to make a head to fit on this system, because with their interchangeable head system that they have, their target scope's really light, and this one's not very heavy. So excited to get one of these put on my bow as well and try it out. Like I said, look for more videos once I can give you some more feedback from actually shooting it out in the field. This sight it's slick. It looks sexy. It's very clean, and the Accu Touch has that feature of where you can set these stops on the outside to where if you want to just use it as a single pin, you can set 20, 30, 40, 50, for example, and every time you bump it down, it's stopping in a little micro groove to where it stops the whole sight. Myself, when I set this up with that 5-pin slider, I set my first stop at 60 because that's where my bottom pin was. So I knew that was a first stop, 70, 80, 90, 100, for example, as I went down. So check it out. This is another sight with this standard base. This is not the dovetail or the carbon base. With this standard base, it's around $350. You get into that higher end dovetail and that slider system, and you're going up, $400 to $500 depending on what you're looking to get out of a sight. So again, it's nice because you can shoot this all year if you're out here Western bow hunter, or even Eastern. If you want to shoot a multiple pin sight, you've got it. You can use your bottom pin as your driver. You can use any pin in the sight itself, but to get maximum yardage, it's usually the bottom pin. So second, third axis adjustable, very well built sight. I like I said, I really like the Axcel products. So hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to be bringing you more once I do get one on my bow, shooting some more arrows out in the field, and I'm going to give you an in the field review as to what my take was on this sight. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you like the info, please subscribe. Also, check out the podcast, Championship Bowhunting, championshipbowhunting.com, on iTunes, on Podbean. Subscribe there. We bring you podcasts twice a week, Monday, Friday, in addition to the extra content we're giving you here on the Alpha Bowhunting YouTube channel. So thanks a lot. We'll check you guys out soon.